This episode is brought to you by Abercrombie. There's nothing better than the perfect jean and going out top combo, or an outfit that perfectly matches your plans. Abercrombie's relaxed jean goes with every occasion. Date nights with something lace, or daytime with a cozy sweater. And their barrel jean will surprise you. It's the trend that will become a staple in your wardrobe. Abercrombie denim comes in tons of rises, fits, and washes. Find your perfect pair online or in store.
I knew it. Another Herdat Media production.
Hi, Shantel.
Hey, Roxanne.
Hey to our cousins.
Hey, guys.
I'm back. Do I sound like that Kim Kardashian clip?
Oh, God, I hope not.
Where she does that when she's like, we're back. It's like all over TikTok. Oh my God.
Roxanne.
Already. I por favor. I'm so sorry, guys. I don't know how to act. Yeah, I'm back from my vacation. Shantel, did you miss me?
No.
No?
It was a nice little vacation. No, I'm just kidding. I did.
Was it though?
What is it?
I said, was it though? Was it a nice?
No, it definitely wasn't. You guys, when I was watching her kids, it was not.
Well, I will let you know. So, when I was doing my makeup, getting ready for one of the nights, I was listening to your Traders recap and I was like, okay. And I was loving it. And I was listening to the whole thing. And then my kids kept coming in the bathroom and they're like, are you talking to Shantel? You keep talking. And I thought you did a great job. You were really into it. So I love that for you.
Yeah, you guys, I swear, I told Roxanne, I was like, if you're not going to be on it with me, I'm going to do episode 9. Was it episode 8? Episode 9. By myself then, because that episode was just nuts and I need to talk about it.
Well, no, I'm just catching up with shows. Like I caught up with Summer House. I caught up with Southern Charm. I need to do Potomac, Married to Medicine. I heard Potomac's reunions are great. I want to watch them. And Married to Medicine, best season so far. So I need to catch up with Beverly Hills. So today's going to be my catch up day. My kids are back in school, but that means mommy's back at work. So that's fun. But yeah, you guys, I had such a great trip. It was so needed, so beautiful. It just like makes me wonder. I cannot believe we choose to live in a world that's like this, like where it's so freezing out. We can't go outside for like 6 months without being so cold. And then the seasonal depression with it. It's like, why don't I just like move to Cancun?
Or just like a warmer weather area, even if 50 degrees would make all the difference because everyone could just go outside with like a light jacket. I
am starting to think that California might be that place that does have perfect weather because with Florida, like I met this like older couple and they were talking about, their retirement and how they won't go to Florida because of how hot it is in the summer. And I was like, that's actually true. Like it's so humid. It's so hot. I went on 4th of July. Would I ever actually want to live there? No, I probably wouldn't because that's too much.
The dream is this. And I told my husband this is that if we like in like 10 years, I swear, even just 10 years, don't have a second home to go to in the wintertime and have the flexibility, we failed.
Yeah, I know. That's so true. We've been saying
it's just a month, like even if it's just 1 month, I swear, like, or 6 weeks, just go in January, you come back in like end of February or something. And like, that's it. Like that'd be so helpful.
I know my brother's like always said, let's get a place together. I just think we've never taken it seriously. And I don't understand why, because I mean, I work remote. Oh, well, my kids have school. So I guess it's a little bit. I forgot about those people. But you know what's so crazy is this trip, Shantel, made me realize just how different Jacob and I are. So different. Yeah. I mean, I've always known this. So on the flight there, Jacob is sitting with Charlie and Sloan. So he's in the middle, Sloan's to the right, Charlie's to the right, and then I'm behind on the aisle seat. And I was living my best life, okay? And I watched that Channing Tatum Zoe Kravitz movie, and there was like this beautiful couple next to me, and like this is why I realized we're so different. I got their whole life story. I started talking to them. I found out that his wife, this is their both second marriage. His wife cheated on him with the principal, and he caught her like, doing the deed in the car, the slurp slurp, and then And then she also like was in this like horrible relationship where he cheated on her multiple times. I talked to them the whole time that I didn't even have anxiety being on this airplane. I just learned about their life. And I'm a very good person with asking follow-up questions. And they were so lovely. They both had 2 kids and now they, vacation a lot. Like that's their goal. They take their kids. This was like their couple trip. And I added them on social media.
Oh my gosh.
I know. And the whole
Roxanne is my worst nightmare on the plane.
Yes. And the whole, yes, absolutely. Whoever heard those conversations, scary. But I just like, I always like will ask people questions. And then when I got to the actual resort, and then like me and her were like messaging on Facebook, all this stuff. Then when I got to the resort, like everyone that I sat with like in the hot tub or something, I am literally having a full-on conversation, whether it's talking about Real Housewives or just whatever. Like I am talking to them the whole time. And all of a sudden I look to my left and I see this man and he's just staring at me. And he's like, I can't do this. Like, he's like, you talk so much. He's like, you talk to anyone who like is around you. And he's like, then you like do this thing where you keep asking him questions to get the conversation going. And he's like, the worst part is you like find the people who are so excited to like have a conversation that they won't stop talking. And then he's like, and you don't end it. You keep asking them questions about them. And he's like, and it is the worst thing about you. I'm just like, I'm just like,
to be fair, I do that stuff in the jacuzzi. Like I'm like, oh, where are you guys from? Like right away, I'll like open up the conversation to people, just because like that's what we're there on vacation for, just to like talk. Like no one wants to talk to the same person we talk to every day at home. Thank you.
And then we got to the Teresa Melissa conversation where it's like, oh, you're a horrible sister-in-law if you're Melissa. Like,
oh my gosh,
you like Melissa, and we're all laughing. Then we got to the like Orange County people where I'm like, do you know these girls in Orange County? And they're telling me these stories about the housewives and. I'm just like, it was just so funny. And the whole time, Shantel, Charlie, and Son was like, Mommy, are these your friends? Like, you always make friends. And I just realized, because you guys, my husband is mute. Like, he is the type who, I saw him in the ocean, just like, I took videos. It was a little scare. Like, having a moment in the ocean for like 20 minutes where he's just like, a merman. And I'm like, oh. I was like, are you lonely over there? And he kept telling me to go in. And I was like, no, I'm not trying to die today. I'm not going in that ocean.
95% of people are him. So
I know, but it was just, it really made me realize how different we were. And he had to, at one point he like left with one of the kids and the other kid was like, where are they? I'm like, I don't know. Like, I'm talking. And they're like,
my husband, he'll do, and I swear I caught him on this, is that he'll wear like Detroit Detroit Lions or Pistons, anything that has like a D on it, or like Michigan or something.
Your husband will?
Yeah. So that, because what happens is that people will realize, I'm like, oh, you're from this place, or like it's like starts a conversation. He loves talking after they like mention something about his outfit.
I brought a Lions shirt and I low-key did that too. Maybe I like attention.
Yeah.
And I think I like attention because like, why else would I do it? But I didn't end up wearing it. And I had this like cute Lions tube top with like jeans, but just nothing made sense for me to wear it. So it's a cute outfit I could save at home. But like, I did do it for attention. So people could be like, Lions, Detroit. And I got so many... I did meet some West Coast people, but like there's so many East Coast people, and there's so many East Coast people at this resort, and like from Missouri and Boston and just like everywhere. And I'm like, these are my people. I like love meeting. But I still love my, West. Is it Western people? Yeah, whatever.
Midwestern.
Midwest, yeah. I still love my peeps from there. But I'm just saying, because the girl from Orange County, she's like, I bring my twins here every year.
I'm because usually people from like that area, they go to Cabo because it's like right there by them. And so
because I went to like an American resort, I feel like it was all just like, usually when I go to Cancun, I see so many people from like UK.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And because this resort wasn't like, we didn't go to an all-inclusive. We went to a fantastic resort that had, amazing food, all that stuff. We didn't go to all-inclusive because like, why spend that for my kids who eat a fry, but the resort that we went to was beautiful. I'll share some pictures on Patreon because, we have some trolls on our regular platform. So we've not shared as many on that, but if you're on my personal, you've seen. But anyways, yeah. So Shantel ended up watching Jack and Elle for a day and a half, and
we'll call it 2 days.
Right? Yeah. All right, sorry.
It really was like, I think like 36 hours.
How was it?
No, that and you know what's crazy is that, like, when I walked out the next day or like, yeah, when I walked out, I was like, "Oh my God, this is what the world looks like," because I was cooped up in your house for 36 hours. I didn't even know what time it was, like what day it was, how cold it was, nothing, because you're just cooped up in a house. Like, I would murder myself, okay?
Chantel did text me that day and she's like, I can't believe like we live in a world where we don't go outside. Well, you're big on like going outside and sun and all that stuff. So I think that you really in that 2 days got seasonal depression
Yeah, because
because
like,
you
I
were in
didn't
the
have
house with them.
and I didn't know, like, where all their stuff was, so I was like, "I'm not gonna even, like, waste, like, the energy to get their, like, shirt or, like, sweaters and jackets on, like, no, thank you." So, like, we're just gonna stay inside, but Anna was really cold those days. It's not like it was, like, 40, it was, like, 20, So, it was just yeah, it was a lot. But, I mean, your kids were good. You have good kids. Like, she has her baby, okay? Like, I'm gonna make any mother jealous because her baby, Elle, she's 10 months. That girl
Love
sleeps
it.
Okay. She's 11 months, okay? That girl sleeps probably 16 hours out of the 24-hour day.
I know she really does. Like and you know what's crazy, you guys, is that all my kids were like that at her
Yeah,
age.
and we always be like, "What are you doing to them?"
Well, Chantel actually did not say that. What Chantel said was like, "No wonder your kids don't walk right away. They sleep so much." That is what she said. That is
Because
literally what she said.
because I was trying to make Elle, like, do that, like, "Tatty," and she's pretty strong, she's on her legs, but, like, she was moving with my fingers, it was good, but, like, I remember Jack, like, took him, like, a minute over there, and I'm like, "You know what? It's probably because all they're doing is sleeping. They have
Yeah,
no time to, like, learn to walk."
yeah, they do. They do. I don't know why my kids sleep. Like my kids literally, like Elle, when she is in her Montessori, she naps 3 times a day, which is so crazy. And then they sleep early. But Jack is annoying because he's learned how to get out of his crib. So he'll get out of his room a lot. And Chantel was a little scared from that.
Oh, no, he didn't. He listened. I mean, the one time he only didn't listen to me was when, um, I put him for a nap and he kept trying to get out and I was like, and then I stood there. I was like, "You're sleeping. I'm gonna watch you." And then like he like got so scared and then like I closed the door after and then he didn't get out.
Yeah, I swear those two are really good. I'm happy I didn't bring them though. It would have just been too much and it was nice. Like this is probably the last trip ever I'll take with my two oldest.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm back though. I feel good. It wasn't too bad weather-wise coming back from what we're used to. And it was nice, you guys, because I came back Saturday night. Like I got home at like 11. And then Sunday I just did all laundry and that's what I did. And now they're in school. It's like super early right now and they're in school. And I actually also, Chantel, does this ever happen to you? When I was on vacation, I saw someone that I worked with for years and we both didn't say hi to each other. Is that awkward or not?
Yeah, no, that is very awkward. I hate that feeling.
It's so awkward. He was with his family, I'm with my family, and he's like higher up and stuff. And I was just like, we like literally worked with each other multiple times, you know. And I was like, this is so awkward because I saw them at like Ilios
Why
and
didn't you say hi then?
I don't know. It was like weird. I don't know. It was one of those things where it's like, even though I've worked with you the last 11 years, I haven't in the like last 5, I would say. But, I was just like, he's with their wife and the kids and like, like you think the wife's gonna be like, who is this, And I don't know. I just like was like scared that he was gonna act like he didn't know me. Like, do you know how like
Mm.
it's like because we clearly saw each other, we made eye contact. But anyways, that stuff is so fucking awkward when that stuff happens. Like it really is. Like we both still work at the same company. So I don't know. That was weird. But I did see also a lot of people, not a lot, but I did see people I knew on vacation, which
Which
was
is
so
so crazy. You like fly
yeah,
all the time and then you still see people. You're like, "What the heck?"
it was crazy. But yeah, thank you for watching my kid, Chantel, if I didn't say it. So
Awesome.
that was really nice. I know you said it was your last time ever doing that.
No, it's funny. And my friends were like, "Dude, do you have all the times and dates that you've ever watched her kids so that when she has to do it for you?" And I'm like, the day that I like have to like go there to you and like with you when you already have 4 kids, you would die.
No, I would totally do it because my house is a shit show already. What does it matter? What's another one, So I would absolutely do it. And my kids would be obsessed with it. Like my kids the whole time were like, we miss Elle. Not Jackie's bad, but we miss Elle. But yeah, we're back, and Shantel went and she hung out with Teresa on Thursday. But I know we're going to talk.
Wait, 1 second. I want to talk about something that I'm so sad about, that Frankie Jr. got engaged.
I was going to tell you, I was going to bring that up. Like, yeah, what did you think about him getting? I mean,
whoa, where did that come from? Like, did we know this? Like, what the heck?
Someone sent me that Lisa Simpson commented, which is Melissa's sister, and like she followed the new bride right away. And
No, stop.
yeah, and she was like, oh my gosh, like I know this is me getting ahead of myself, but you guys are gonna make the most beautiful babies. I can already tell. And I like, because Frankie's girl, it does not follow like anything on Real Housewives, and I like that. Like she seems normal, because it's like weird. Like you see on New Jersey, like for example, like all the people that Melissa hangs out with, they all follow everything, Andy, every like blogger page, like everything. And it felt nice seeing that he's marrying someone who's like not into that. And maybe, who knows, she might have a burner and she follows that stuff, but she just seemed normal. Their family seemed happy and beautiful. I think he proposed to her at a gorgeous church. And I was just like,
it was
stop.
amazing. You know, I was so sad.
Yeah, he's
so
like
happy for them.
He's literally the perfect human. But I was going to tell you, Shantel, I'm so sorry. I feel bad for you, because your man, even though you're married, you know, is engaged.
Off the market.
When we met Frankie, he was just literally the best human.
Yeah, like he you could tell he was like so low key. I don't know if did he ever say he was dating someone, but that was like almost 2 years ago. So things can happen. And how old is he? I feel like he's pretty young though to get engaged. No, huh?
Isn't he our age?
No.
Oh, he's not.
No.
I told you I have this thing where I think we're young and we're not.
Yeah.
I forget. Oh my God, absolutely not our age. I'm so sorry.
Dia's age. He's like 26 or 25.
He's 26.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, that's not too young. Okay, that's whatever.
Like I got engaged at, right? Did I get married at 26? I don't know. I think I did.
Yeah.
So, Chanel, you just got married, like.
Yeah. It's too young for me. I'm just kidding. No, I mean anyone can. I think like, you know, over 25 is a good time to, if you're with someone and you want to get married, you know. But yeah, it's kind of crazy. I mean, she looks beautiful. He looks great. I mean, I love the pictures of Dolores. Were you dying? Like I thought of it for a second. I was like, imagine if like Dolores got engaged this year and like her and her son are engaged. Like that is so weird. You know, like, they're like both planning weddings, which I don't think is gonna happen for Dolo, but you know.
Well, can I just say this? And I was just thinking about this because we're talking about engagement. I caught up on Summer House, and I see the scene of Paige, and she's like, I was like a total different person 3 years ago when I was dating this person. So like, mark my words, it's going to bite me in the ass, but I was a different person. I want different things. And it is so crazy this day and age. And this is just how I was raised. So there's no right or wrong thing to do. But it's so crazy to me because all I ever wanted and all I ever knew was like, I wanted to be a younger mom. And I know that everyone wants something differently, but it's just so crazy seeing people in their 30s and like, they're not even thinking about that. Like even Amanda, you know, where she talked about, I'm not, and hers is good reason. Like, she's like, I'm trying to find what medication works for me, mental health, and which is honestly the most commendable thing for someone to put that before it.
But even she said, she's like, I thought I was going to be like with a mom at 25.
But she was like, so she says that, but then she's like, and now I'm this age, and she's like, I don't want to have a kid right now.
Yeah.
So it's so crazy to me seeing people in their 30s and, you know, I don't know, like, cause it's like, here's the thing. We think we're gonna, I guess cause my whole thing is like, I've always just knew that would be my purpose in life. And that is like where happiness would be. And other people find happiness in different avenues. So it's just like interesting seeing, you know, people of our age be like, I'm not worried. Whereas I would be freaking out, like saying like, what if I have my first at 40 just because I wanted, you know, to be like a young mom. And I just always wanted to know that I was going to have kids, you know?
Yeah. I just feel like, especially with like, a Paige, for example, or like, and I think a lot of people are like this, like she's so career driven and like gets so much fulfillment from her career that she can't even like think about it.
And I don't blame her because she is living her best life. And when you have babies, like that does affect your career and what you can do with it and how far you can go and the travel and all that stuff. So, I mean, I get that too.
For sure. So like but like Amanda, like I do think it's great that she's trying to get her mental health in check, but like I think like, you know, I feel bad. Like I want them to have babies.
I know. I mean,
They've been together since like 20, like, like bring the babies, they'd have cute babies. And
yeah.
maybe that would bring her a sense of peace that she doesn't know about.
That is true. Yeah, you don't, because maybe that would allow her to get out of this funk. Or, postpartum is real, dude. Like postpartum is very intense and not enough people talk about it, support it. So that could also trigger that too.
You guys know, like, I swear I want to put this podcast out like to everybody. There's this one podcast and I was listening to it and it was like talking about like the main reason postpartum happens is that there's this gene called MHFR. Okay. Or MTHFR. And a lot of people should go get checked because a lot of people, like literally like probably 65% of women probably have this gene. And so what this gene is that like, how the one thing everyone always says you have to take is folic acid, you have to take folic acid. But if you have MTHFR and you're just taking regular folic acid, your body doesn't know how to like really digest it in a weird way. And there's studies show that most people that have that and are just taking folic acid, not folate, end up getting postpartum depression.
Wow, that's so interesting. My whole thing with that is like, what did people do back in the day?
But maybe they didn't have this or like they weren't taking the folic and stuff like that. So like it's just, you really just need to know your body. And like if you ever did suffer from it before, you should go look into it. I'm about to go look into it.
I recently what's the podcast,
Yeah, it's called Skinny Confidential. It was with this guy. Let me see. I'm still listening to it. But you guys also, in order to like not even like worry about it, is just take folate and not folic acid in your prenatals too. It's with Gary Brecka.
Okay.
And all he did, hold on one sec. I just want to say something because it's really crazy. All he did, you guys, for like 25 years was study people's charts for life insurances. So like people's like health history to determine how many months they had to live. And like, so that's where he got all his data from because he would see the same trends and the same things and, all these genes and blah, blah, blah. But yeah, it's pretty interesting.
I recently got checked for my hormones just to make sure my hormones are back in check. And they said everything was normal.
Yeah, you seem normal.
Yeah, it's so crazy. It's so crazy though because
our skin does not have MTHFR.
What is MTFHR?
The gene that I was talking about, like that can be postpartum.
Well, I mean, I feel like I've had postpartum, but now I'm fine with like like Jack, like because of when you're sleep deprived, But I forgot what I was going to say. What the fuck is wrong with me, by the way?
No.
What is wrong with me? I was going to say, like, it's so crazy how doctors, like, when you go there, like, I was like to her, like, I just want to make sure my hormones are intact. Like, I just feel like low here, low there. They're like, yeah, you have 4 kids and you're a working mom. Like, what did you think was going to happen? I was like, oh, okay, wow. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, but I don't like that stuff. So that's why you always have to advocate for yourself because, like, just because that's normal doesn't mean it's okay.
Right. And I was like, well, I still want to check. And she's like, I mean, I would be overwhelmed in your situation. Like, I think that's what it is. Like, you're just feeling like how any person who has 4 little kids and works would feel. And I was like, okay, well, can you just check me though? Like,
yes.
And so it's just, my whole point is like, it's crazy that, like you said, you have to advocate for yourself. Like, if I just want to get checked, first off, like I have insurance, fucking check me and that's it. What's the problem here? So
yeah,
I'm not,
so much stuff. And we pay for it too.
And right. And I'm like paying, like my insurance is like, whatever, my insurance covers it. So it's like, what's the problem? Like, are you trying to look out for me? I'm not paying, like, what's the problem here? So yeah, I don't know.
Sorry, we can go back to the Teresa event that I went to.
Well, I know we're going to talk about that on Patreon quite a bit. So,
okay. Oh yeah. Yes.
So, I mean, but that you looked so cute and I was FOMO because I was supposed to obviously go to that event with you and we were going to hang out on the weekend. But you know what? The sun was calling me and I can't apologize for that.
The sun is definitely more important in my opinion.
Yeah. Well, another thing about the whole Dolores stuff, by the way, Shantel, is that Dolores, like Paulie's divorce is finally finalized. It's crazy that it took him because I'm sure he's dated other people before Dolores, but it's crazy that it took him dating Dolores to finally like call it quits like 15 years later.
I wonder what the ex-wife thinks then.
She's obviously like low key, which I appreciate. She's not sitting there talking to anyone, following anyone where we kind of look at her sus, which is obviously a good thing. But I know Dolores.
Imagine like being married for like still 10 years and then all of a sudden you're like, okay, we need to get divorced. And you're like, okay.
Yeah. The Real Housewives of New Jersey stuff came out where they were like, Melissa, Dolores, and Teresa are back. And then they said that Dolores, we talked about this, and Melissa are going to run the show while Teresa's getting a spinoff. And Bravo actually, while I was gone, came out and said, that's not true. We haven't made any updates at all.
Yeah, I mean, it came from a source, so. What if I told you that eating healthy didn't have to mean meal prep, grocery shopping, or spending hours in the kitchen? That's exactly why I love Factor. They're fresh, never frozen meals are crafted by chefs and approved dietitians so you can enjoy delicious, nutritious food with zero effort. I'll be honest, before Factor, I used to struggle with making balanced meals. I'd either spend too much time cooking or end up grabbing something not the best or not that healthy just because it's quick. But Factor has completely changed that for me. Now I just open the fridge, heat up a meal in 2 minutes, and boom, gourmet, restaurant quality food that fits my goals. With over 40 menu options, including keto, protein plus, and calorie smart, sticking to a healthy routine has never been easier. And it's not just meals. Factor has amazing smoothies, snacks, and breakfast to keep you fueled all day. I just had the spicy turkey poblano bowl, and while it was packed with flavor, had the perfect amount of heat and spice. You guys know I love spicy food. And honestly, the best part, no chopping, no dishes, just great food and fast. So take the stress out of eating healthy. Go to factormeals.com/TRH50 off and use code TRH50 off to get 50% off your first box plus free shipping. That's TRH off at factormeals.com/TRH50 off for 50% off and free shipping on your first box.
Yeah, well, OK Magazine put it out there, and then Bravo said no. Bravo spokesperson said none of that's true. Like, we have not made any decisions at all.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying it came from a Bravo source. I'm saying it came from like a source that they thought was reliable, and then they like ran with it. It's like, hey, that's why you can't believe anything.
Yeah. Like OK Magazine is what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So maybe that's, I can't see that, to be honest. I can't for sure see like them saying that Dolores and Melissa are going to run the show. But you know what, Dolores, after Traders, I feel like her level of popularity has gone through the roof. Like, I see nothing but good things about her. And then she's like out here living her best life, with other people. And I never saw that with Dolores, like other big stars. So I'm like, oh, Dolores is popping off. Like this, whoa, this show has kind of like made a name for herself now.
Really? Like, it's so funny that you say that because it's like when I'm watching Traders, like I don't see her. Like I love her in it because she's cool, but she hasn't done that much though in it to be like people for her to, like, maybe that's why people like her then because she's just so like chill.
Yeah.
But, like, she hasn't, like, she has never even like raised suspicion on people except like her and Tom. Like, their relationship is really funny. How she like can't stand him.
That's what it is. Like, even the relationship with Dylan, and they're like cuteness.
She's a good person. So like a lot of people see that from her. Yeah.
She was like, I don't think it's she was like, I don't think your brother is a bad actor. Like, she just did funny things. And then when she has like one-on-ones, like you could tell there's people that trust her and she trusts them and things like that. So
I helped her because like the last, you'll see it, the last
I'm gonna watch it today for sure.
Yeah, spoiler real quick, because Danielle was like, we're not gonna kill, just real quick, I'm just saying because Dolores is still in, but she said like, oh, we're not gonna kill her because Dolores trusts us. So like that's a good thing to kind of sometimes have, like Dolores literally does not think Danielle or Caroline are traitors, and so they keep her because like she's like oblivious to them.
I'm shocked that Dylan's still in it, by the way.
I know. And like, you'll see, oh my God, you need to watch the last episode because he is so smart. He's so smart. So smart.
You can tell that he's someone who's literally like been a game fanatic where he watches all this shit,
Yeah.
So, yeah. So, we just wanted to put in a quick episode and let y'all know we're back. We're back. Shantel did a fantastic job with Traders. I am going to get on this episode with Traders because I do like Traders and I like listening to your thing. Unless you want to do it, that's okay too. And then you can do it. But
well, no, I mean, I'll narrate it, and I want your thoughts though, because sometimes it is nice to see like people's thoughts. But make sure you watch it today because we could do it tonight because I want it out there.
Okay, perfect. So we'll go ahead and do that. And then if you're on our Patreon, join us on Patreon, leave us a nice review. But no more vacations now. So we are back to our schedule. And thank you guys for listening to us. We hope you guys have a great week. Bye, guys.
Love you. Bye. I'm embarrassed for her because homegirl even said like, I've gotten, stuff stolen from me. Now I know how to read people. I would never let that happen again. She was convinced. She knew everything. Okay. Homegirl got every single theory wrong, I think, up until the very end, because she did suspect Boston Rob, but like everyone did at that point. she suspected, or she got everyone wrong. She literally said things with conviction and they were so off. And I'm like, are you okay? You need real life lessons. You need to do some soul searching. Your intuitiveness is off. Your feelings are off. You do not know how to read people. And I know this game is hard. It looks a lot harder. I'm sure it's a lot harder than it appears to us because we know all the answers and it's easy. But Robin, every single roundtable, you guys voted the wrong person. Even though, like, even for example, Bob the drag queen, she didn't vote for him. Like, every single person, she was off. So it's just like, you're not smart. You don't know what you're doing. And yeah, I was so pissed though, because like, again, we're Team Housewives, no matter what. We're Team Bravo, honestly. And well, I am at least. And I am Team Challenge. I love Wes. I know a lot of people don't like Wes, but you know, I think he's a great gamer and credit is due to credit. Episode 5. So we're in episode 5, you guys. And another move that we start to see. So like, obviously the turret, no one trusts each other. The traders are going ham. But another weird thing about Danielle, like Danielle's playing this game so wrong. I still don't know how she's still here. You know, if anyone, she should have been the first one to get out. But she says that she would rather be in alliance with Rob instead of Caroline. And that Caroline's a problem because she doesn't want them to be in a Survivor alliance. So this is when she starts putting Caroline's name in her mouth, which was so silly in my opinion. No one suspects Caroline, and I think she was jealous, honestly. So she's tried to like do weird things, but she also messes up in this challenge. Like, again, the challenges. She does something so silly, and she protects Dolores, you guys, okay? She protects Dolores and tries to give her the coin, whatever the coin is, to be safe. And which again is, everyone's like, Danielle, are you okay? Like, everyone was confused by it, but how have they not brought it up? I still don't understand how she's still in this game. She has gotten so lucky. She's not playing smart. I really think people know it's her and they're waiting to the end. I swear, I really think people know. And I want to interview all the people from the show to be like, did you guys really not know it was Danielle? The discussions are leading back to the coffin theory. So again, after dinner, after the challenges, everyone's like, you know, saying Nikki's name, everyone's saying Sierra's name. It's leading everyone back to the coffin theory. However, okay, the most shocking thing and a crack in the Bambi Alliance, okay, the Bambi Alliance, Nikki, Chrishell, and Gabby. Chrishell decides to go her little acting, okay? She's not a good actor, okay? She really, you guys, she pisses me off so much. Like, I wanted to, after this episode, I wanted to create a Finsta of I hate Chrishell and start spamming her of how dumb she was and how she pissed me off so much. I hope the Bella Army really went after her. The Bella Army is Nikki and Nikki's fan. Their fandom is called the Bella Army. Nikki and Brie Bella, their fan army is called the Bella Army. And I hope they went off, because this girl, she came in, okay, shaking. She goes to Boston Rob thinking they're cool. Like, he's using you. But like, maybe she's using him too. I don't know. I don't think she's that smart. Okay. But you guys, I thought that I saw it change Nikki. I think she's a traitor. Her reaction was so weird when she heard that, you know, you told her that Bob the drag queen voted or thought that she was a traitor. Like, Nikki's reaction was very freaking normal. Okay. Did you guys think Nikki's reaction was weird? I wish I can hear your voices. I wish I can know, because it was not weird at all. And the fact that she took that, she got this crazy feeling. Well, guess what? Again, you're just like Robin. Your feelings suck. You don't know shit. You guys don't know what you're talking about. And your intuition's off. Okay. Just look at your life. I'm just kidding. I'm being mean, but like, she really pissed me off, you guys. Like, I swear I've never been mad, like more mad than Chrishell in this moment. She then brings it to the round table. You know, everyone is, you know, between Nikki. People are saying Boston Rob, but again, it's between Nikki and Sierra, and like, it kind of throws everyone off to not even look at Boston Rob at this point. And it goes to Nikki. Chrishell then says this moment speech. Okay. She then says, you know what? This is the crack. Like, this is when she outs her alliance right now, all from a look. And she's like crying, being theatrical. You're not a good actor. Okay. You're not, this is not genuine. This is not, you're trying to act here and it's not going off. I can't stand you. I'm sure everyone can't stand you in this moment. And Nikki's shook. You could tell she's shook. She's like, what the hell just happened? And I'm so disappointed in Gabby too. Gabby ended up voting for her, but like, why would you do that? Like, why? If you didn't have those feelings, like, why did you do that too? You know? So That's what pissed me off. Like, we have this name together, we're doing all these things, and you go ahead and you still vote me, okay? And yeah, you guys, so they ended up, getting Nikki off, and she probably had one of the best speeches of all time. She went up there and she like said this thing, and I don't remember all of it, but then she's like, I'm getting back to my son. That's all that matters. And then she's like, and I'm not a traitor. And everyone was shocked. Okay. I love Nikki. I'm sad to see her go. I thought that she's a strong player. I think people were intimidated. Again, the stupid coffin theory. And Chriselle can go fly a kite. Okay. She can go fly a kite. You're a loser, crying. You suck. Okay. You did not know what the hell you're doing. Yeah, guys, I hope you're enjoying this so far, because I need a water break. I've been rambling for 35 minutes. Anyways, okay, we get to episode 6. So we have 6, 7, 8 left to discuss. And again, episode 9 is coming on later tonight. And I will get it out for you guys by Friday, probably. I actually really like watching Traitors Saturday morning. It's my favorite thing, because like I'm off and then I wake up really early. Like not really early. I probably wake up by 9:30. I know everyone's like, that's not early, but it's my time to sleep in. So I wake up, I get my coffee, I get like my breakfast, and I just like, I put on Traitors, and it's my favorite like morning thing right now. I'm gonna be so sad when it's gone. So, okay, yes, we get to episode 6, and these Traitors, again, you guys, are so different from last year's Traitors. They put so much suspicion on them that I really feel like if we had a different cast at this point, they would have all been caught right away. This episode, Derek is very, very, very convinced that Boston Rob is a traitor, and honestly, he couldn't have played a better game, because what he did to Bob the Drag Queen sealed his fate. So it was only about time for them to want to do this, Boston Rob did say it was a hard game to play, and that really just pissed me off, though. It pissed me off. They were all over the place. Danielle's putting this, this episode, they were all over the place. Danielle's putting Caroline's name, and everyone's going back to Caroline and telling her. I think even her homegirl, like Danielle, that girl Brittany, told her, like they told a bunch of people. I think she even told Dylan that, and Dylan went back and told Caroline. Then you have Wes, you guys, okay, these are the funny parts. The reason I love Traitors so much is they're the funny parts. Then you have Wes telling Dolores that Tom Sandoval has said her name, and Dolores is like, fucking Tom Sandoval, like, like he hasn't had much attention as a child, okay? You guys, keep in mind, how is Tom still on this show? How is he still on this show? Is episode 6 he's still on? But honestly, everyone hates him, and it's kind of entertaining to me that the way that everyone hates him and how he like digs himself a hole. But watch him make it to the end. I can really see him making it to the end. What do you guys think? Do you guys think he'll make it? Dolores saying, again, this is when like Dolores again like votes Tom Sandoval because she doesn't like him, but it's just annoying. But at the round table, everyone's names gets mentioned. Caroline goes crazy on Danielle. It's really crazy to see that go back and forth, because she's like, you, Danielle, are saying my name, and then Boston Rob says Wes, and Derek says Boston Rob. So at this point, it's like, who's gonna get eliminated? I'm seriously so frustrated. How can Boston Rob have all these people convinced? But the one thing is, they end up getting to Boston Rob and really Wes at the very end, and Wes this is where Wes is just not a good game player, in the sense where he like thinks by threatening them is how he will get them to vote his way, which they all end up doing the opposite. Like Sierra's like, you just threatened me, I'm voting for you just because you threatened me. And again, like the other theory was that maybe one of the people that came in had to be a traitor. So like at this point, all three of them are still in the house. Wes, Derek, and Boston Rob. So it wasn't Wes's night. Everyone ends up voting him out, and he gets banished. And again, they were all mother freaking shocked. So they were just so confused. They thought they really had it in the bag. And at this point, like Boston Rob's time is coming to an end. Like there's no way that they're not gonna vote for him soon. I was hoping, but at this point, Wes gets out, and they end up, banishing Bob Harper in this episode. I liked him in the game too. He was cool. I never knew him, but I liked him. He was really sad. He was really pissed. And there was like a sneak peek, you guys, where Wes and they find out who the traitors are. I guess in the same time that they are eliminated, they end up giving him a new. I don't know if you guys have seen this. I hope you guys have. So they end up giving them a new envelope, and it tells them who the traitors are. And each person was so shocked about Carolyn. No one was shocked about Danielle, though. So that's why I was like, again, they literally had the suspicion of her, but everyone was so shocked that Carolyn was a traitor. They're like, she's playing the best game. And those are so fun for me to watch. Like, I'm happy they did that because I love just hearing people's opinions like afterwards, especially the people that have been playing the game because they're in there. They've been seeing everything. And so yeah, they were both Wes and Bob Harper. I saw just them too. I don't know if they did it for everybody, but I remember just seeing them. They were so shocked that Carolyn and they weren't as shocked as Danielle, but they were so shocked by Carolyn. But yeah, so again, Wes leaves and we get to episode 7. So we are on episode 7, and I've been saying this, I am sick of the faithfuls. A lot of them know, but are also not being powerful enough to rally and by the others to stand by each other. And I'm very, very, very excited about the reunion to really see how everyone clowns on the traitors and how they were acting with each other. And I really wanted to see how the traitors are going to talk to each other and how they're really going to call each other out. And at this point, you guys, episode 7, okay, are we rooting for them or are we rooting for the faithfuls? Who are you guys rooting for? I really want to know. Is it changing? Is it staying? I've stayed consistent. I'm rooting for the faithfuls. I don't want the traitors to win this season. I think they're silly. I think they are playing a really bad game except Carolyn. If there was a traitor to win, I hope it's her. So in this episode, they end up eliminating Derek, and Danielle is acting so sad. So they're big brother people, and she's crying. Rob gets his way per usual, and Caroline doesn't give a shit because she hates Danielle. So she's like, I don't give a shit if you guys, want to get rid of Derek. Do what you guys want. She can't stand both of them at this point, but Boss and Rob, this whole episode does the famous line, someone's trying to frame me. And it really works because everyone's starting to listen to him and really think that someone is trying to frame him and that, they're trying to get rid of Derek. They got rid of Wes. They're trying to get rid of people so they can, that they can all look at him. He's like, someone's trying to frame me. And a lot of people are confused. And so I can see how he has really convinced people. He's really convinced Dylan to believe he is a faithful, but you guys, hot take. Okay. My take on is that Dylan knew, but wanted to keep him closer because Rob trusted Dylan, so it helped his game no matter what. It's the famous keep your enemies closer, and he did that. He knew, you guys. He knew that he was smart enough to know that Bob the drag queen was. He knew that Boston Rob was most likely a traitor, but he's like, he trusts me. I trust him right now. I'm keeping him in this game. I'm not going to do anything right now to seal that fate. But this episode, they had the nastiest challenge of the bugs. I don't know how any of the girls did it. I was dying that Chrishell and Dolores were like, hell no, I'm not doing this. And, Brittany is a prime suspect at this point because before he left, he did tell Dylan that if he was to go, that it's Brittany. Okay. And so at the round table, we get to the round table and it's Brittany versus Boston Rob. And Boston Rob tries to call her a game player. She kind of held her own. I think she did a good job. Regardless, a lot of the people have been suspecting Boston Rob the last 3 round tables. So at this point, it was like, let's just see who he is. Tom, motherfucking Sandoval, went hard on Boston Rob and it honestly worked, okay? It was all coming together in a sweet victory. When we knew it, all the votes were in. I was so damn happy to see him go, you guys. Everyone was so shocked. Tom was on a high. He thought he solved all the world problems, okay? Boston Rob leaves in the confessional saying, Danielle, I think she's a bad traitor, a bad game player, just bad all around. And they end up telling us in this episode that they're gonna have to do a live murder, and they have to pick everyone, or they're gonna have to do live murder. Everyone that didn't have those, again, well, I don't know why I'm forgetting what those rings were called, the safety rings, the gold coins, there was like a group of people that didn't have them, and so it was Gabby, Chrishell, Caroline, Tom, and Dylan who didn't have those. So all of those people were up for elimination, and there was gonna be a live murder, and that's what gets us to episode 8. But I will say, you guys, when Boston Rob left, I was so happy. I was ecstatic. I was so happy for Tom. Like, go Tom, you did your thing, this season. I want to know if he's getting good, people are being nice to him, right now, but I wonder if they hate him more for this. I can't believe it's 45 minutes in and I'm still talking. I hope you guys are enjoying my take right now on Traitors because yeah, it's hard doing solo episodes, and I wrote some notes down and I've gotten messed up, so I have to edit some of these things. But yeah, I hope you guys are enjoying my take. But we get to episode 8, you guys, and I just watched this recently, so I didn't have to write notes. I'm just thinking of it as I go. But again, it was Chrishell, Carolyn, Tom, Dolores, and Gabby, who were all up for elimination. Okay. And they do this beautiful church entrance and they do this dramatic thing. And, the traitors are going to kill them live. And so at the very end of episode 7, we see them all turn around and they either are going to see Alan or they're going to see the traitors. And victory is so sweet because Saturday morning, I'm drinking my coffee. I'm having a great morning because they eliminate mother freaking Chrishell. Thank you, Lord Jesus Christ. Okay. I like the traitors now because of this reason. They get rid of her. They wanted to cause confusion, I think. And it worked because I was so happy. She was so sad. She's like, oh, no, bye. Get out of my face. Get out of the castle. Go back to doing what you do because it's not here. And the one thing, you guys, okay, I have not mentioned this name because who is this person? Okay. Britney Spears' ex Sam, haven't mentioned his name. He does nothing for the castle. I don't know how he's still there. Okay. But Sam, Britney Spears' ex, motherfucking genius. Okay. Wakes up the next morning and he starts asking people like, oh, like, how was it? And then people start giving, like, I think it was the first person that walked in. It must have been Gabby, I think, or it could have been Tom. I forgot who was the first person to walk in, but they start giving this beautiful explanation of the church and what Alan was wearing. And whoever was in there, he goes, you guys, we're going to ask everybody that walks in that was up for elimination what Alan looked like, because if they don't have the right description, then they are a traitor. Danielle was sitting down at this point. She was there and she was freaking out because she's like, I hope Carolyn has like a good explanation because they're going to ask her. This was the most genius thing I have ever seen anyone come up with. I didn't even think about it. But so they start asking. Carolyn comes in and she's like, blah, 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 blah. Like she's so shook and confused. And then fucking Tom Sandoval, this is why we all hate him, because he then interrupts and he, they were pissed. He then interrupts and tells her what basically Alan was wearing, like the hat, the shoes, and like this really could have spoiled Carolyn's act. And I wonder if it's going to come to bite her in the ass later on. Like if Sam's going to say, I think you're a traitor. You didn't know how to answer this question, but it was so smart of him to do. Like it was actually crazy that he came up with that, but I don't know if it worked for him. Maybe they did, maybe it didn't. And like, they're just going to, again, leave it to the end and say, really nothing eventful happened because we're back to the coffin theory. We haven't left the coffin theory. The coffin theory is still alive. They want to put the coffin theory to bed. I understand them wanting to put it to bed, but if it doesn't make sense, like, why aren't we looking at other people? Why aren't we calling other names? The other thing too is that at this point, they know, they all have a feeling, like all the boys, there's 3 boys left. There's Dylan, there's Ivar, and there's Sam. And they all think it's a girl. They said that it has to be girls. They think that them 3 are faithfuls. They're like, it has to be girls left. So they're going to be looking at all the girls. And, they go back to the coffin theory at the round table. Poor Sierra, she really tried to convince them. I thought she did a great job. She was being very strong. She's trying to be like, guys, you guys are going to do the same thing that you guys been doing. You're going to vote me up there. I'm going to tell you I'm a faithful and you're going to look stupid. That's exactly what happened. She couldn't get it in. Like she tried to put the heat on, I think it was she putting the heat on Brittany? Yeah, she was putting the heat on Brittany. Didn't really work. Brittany is not a traitor. So like, I can see why people might think that she's a strong person, but, yeah, they don't get the traitors. So what ends up happening which I'm really excited about for tonight, for everyone to find out, is that, in the turret, Alan gives Danielle and Carolyn a chance to either kill somebody or recruit a traitor. My theory, I think should happen, obviously, is that they absolutely should bring in a traitor. It doesn't make sense to kill someone. Let's bring in a traitor and let's put the heat on them, or like get the heat off of you, because right now it's dwindling down. But okay, Danielle thinks that she is going to convince Carolyn to bring in her bestie, Brittany. I would never in a million years allow Danielle to pick. I would be like, sit back. You've called me out. You're going to give me the favor. I'm going to pick who I want. Carolyn wants to kill somebody, which I think that's stupid too. Like, I think it's smarter to bring someone in, but I would not bring her bestie, because what they would just do anyways is just, end up killing Carolyn somehow. They would find a way to kill her, not share the money with her, do something that would bite her in the ass. So I think it's smart of Carolyn to say, absolutely not. Do you think I'm stupid? I'm not doing it. So, yeah, I think that they should bring in somebody. I think it should be Gabby, to be honest. That's my choice. I think Gabby should be it because she, people suspect her a little bit, I think, but haven't had any reasoning to. And I think that they're going to have to start looking at the girls. And so they should pick one of the girls. Or do you guys think that they should pick a guy? Because since they're saying the guys are not, should they pick a guy? I don't know. I think that the guys would turn it down. I don't know. I'm so curious. I'm really curious to see who they're going to pick. I think they should pick Gabby because, again, if they're looking at the girls, they're going to call out a girl and maybe it'll be her so they could save their asses a little bit more. But yeah, I want to know what you guys think. And so that's where we left off. Episode 9 is airing tonight and I'm super excited. Again, I probably will have it out for you guys Friday. Maybe I'll watch it Friday. I don't know if I'll have time because I'll be babysitting Roxanne's kids. But if I do have time, maybe Friday night when I put them down, I'll watch it and maybe get something out. My thoughts, like it'll be a lot shorter than this, just to let you guys know. But yeah, I hope you guys have a beautiful weekend. You guys enjoyed this episode. Let me know. Let me know if you guys made it to the end here. And I hope you guys have a great week and go Traitors.